So, good morning, students. As our previous lecture was interrupted due to some power issues in my home residence, that's why we could not complete all the topics regarding the mobile IP. So, just I will give you some introduction regarding this as a revision. So, what was the mobile IP? Mobile IP is an Internet Engineering Task Force IETF standard that is the communication protocol, and it is allowed to users to access the internet with respective of their location. So whenever you are changing your location, the internet access from the base station. So this type of things has to be provided by using the protocol mobile IP. And by using the mobile IP, there is no need to modification of the current TCP/IP protocol and the OSI layer architecture. So it will be act as a proxy server or a man in the middle, such that it can provide you abstraction level, and you cannot realize the complexity of the network in terms of the location change and the connectivity change also. So the goal of the mobile IP is to maintain the mobility and maintenance of the IP address. Components over the mobile IP. The first one is called mobile node. Second one is home network. Third one is home address. Foreign agent. Foreign network. Correspondent node. Pair of address. Home agent. And ninth one is the agent discovery. So these are the essential components under this. And in one's exam, if the question arrives regarding the explanation of mobile IP and its features, then you have to plot a diagram as well as you have to explain all of the components one by one. So just mentioning of the names does not provide you full marks. You have to explain each of these components with the help of diagram also. So all the things except these ones, I think these last ones I elaborated my but for the revision I will elaborate you once again in a verbal manner. So what is the mobile node? Mobile node is nothing but the users like your mobile phones or handheld devices are comes under the category of mobile node. So home network is a network in which you get your registration ID. Like if I'm belonging to Lucknow and my Airtel uh, number is registered from the home network, that is the Lucknow Airtel agency. So from there I get the registration ID, user ID as well as the permanent IP address. So Lucknow Airtel agency, this is the Lucknow Airtel agency. It will be act as my home network. And what is the home address? Home address is nothing but the IP address that is provided by the inside the home network. That is, if the Lucknow Airtel agency provide me one registration ID as well as the IP address, such that I can get the services from the internet. So the area that belong to my connectivity, that is called the home address. The permanent IP address that is provided by the home network. Then what is the foreign agent? So as you know, I am from Lucknow and I am moving to Nagpur for my job. So this is the Nagpur area. So in the mediator, there is a foreign agent that is providing me a connectivity, because my connectivity got changed from the Lucknow to the Nagpur. Now I am connecting to the Nagpur base station in order to get the services. So in this area, whenever there is a router that is responsible for allocating me a new IP address or all the basic services like the data services or the call services, so that is the responsibility of foreign agent. Means agent in the moving location, and the agent in the home location is called home agent. So agent is nothing but a router. Router is used for the discovery and the forwarding of packets that we already learned from factor, which is take Chan. So this is home agent and this is foreign agent. So my home agent agenda and my foreign agent is completed. So that is my home address, this one, IP address, home address, and area over I am getting my home address and where the home agent is residing is called the home network. So my home network is Lucknow. Now I'm foreign network. This is foreign network, and this is the foreign agent, that is the router which is responsible for routing as well as the network. For maintenance of the connectivity, the internet, foreign network provides me a temporary address that is called the care of address. This seventh one. So now I'm connecting to the internet and I am taking your lecture by using the care of address only. Because this is the entity which is responsible to provide me a temporary address. So actually there is a mapping from a permanent IP address to my address. So this mapping is done by this foreign agent. And all of the details that where I am residing, what is my location. Suppose if I have an interview and I want to change my location from Nagpur to some another state, it can Chennai. So the foreign agent inside this Chennai area is responsible for allocating me a new care of address. So a home address may be direct maps to multiple care of. If suppose again my location is changed to Jammu, so again my care of address will get changed, and that is provided by the foreign agent inside the Jammu. So that is the procedure. And once I did providing a care of address which is bounded to my previous location. So when I get my home, so my home address, that is the IP address, will again provide it to me because it is fixed for me. It is not changes. Okay, what meaning? That is the agent discovery. Agent discovery was remaining in the previous lecture. So agent discovery means when mobility happens, means a user is changing their location. User 1 is changing their location from one location to another one. Location new. Then, as I told you, that when the area gets changes, then there is a certain point over there in the middle, or there can be any point where my signal strength gets dropped very rapidly, like this way. If the graph is this way, then this is the signal strength, and this signal strength which gets dropped in a rapidly fashion. So that is the point where my foreign agent works, and this foreign agent keep tracks where my signal gets changing rapidly or drastically get reduced, and it will be allocating me a new IP address and maintains a connect a new base station. This is the new base station in the foreign network. right? So that is called the process of agent discovery, which is performed by the foreign agent in order to gain the connectivity with the internet. So for the text, I will write band mobility. Then mobile must have in order to the connectivity. But the how this discoveries happened? The question is how this agent discovery happened, because nation says this discovery has to be initiated by the mobile, means the user itself. This process can be like if you are moving train and your signal strength gets dropped, then your mobile node is searching for a connection. So there are a lot of options are there like the Airtel, Vodafone and whatever होते हैं याद नहीं मुझे. So there are so many station services providers are there and the listing is done by your mobile node. Then you have to select a particular one that you are matching with your subscriber. Otherwise sometimes it will be do manually also or automatic also. So it can be done in a manual way or it can be done in a. So by default in my mobile phones this is done in the automatic way. Like whenever I am changing my location from city to another city, then the base station changing procedure will be automatically by our mobile node. So what is the problem inside this? Actually, this discovery is performed by one technique that is called the agent advertise. So in the agent advertisement, both foreign agent, home agent and the foreign agent have to broadcast the signal, broadcast their signal in periodic fashion. So by capturing of the signal, your mobile node gets a listing of different service. For the home agent is suppose I'm connected to Airtel company. So Airtel will be the first choice. Then another strengths can be catch out from your mobile node. So sometimes it may be a home agent and the second one will be an agent. Sometimes it is travels like this one. Sometimes the home agent will not do because the signal strength gets very low and only the foreign agent gets listed. So most of the time this one is happened in the real time fashion. The home address, the home agent will not take part of this listing, but the foreign agent will comes into your listing. That is the discovery performed by your mobile node. How this is identified? That which one is the home agent and which one is the foreign agent? Because if I am a Airtel subscriber, then the home agent is again relating to the Airtel and my foreign agent is again relating to the Airtel subscriber. Sorry, service provider. So there is a flag. Like if it is indicated by 1 and my foreign agent is indicated by 0 or 2. So in that case, my mobile node gets to know, okay, this is the foreign agent and my location is changes. And now I have to maintain a connectivity with this new foreign agent in order to maintain the services. The flag is used for identification. Now the second method is called agent solicitation. And this method is not used in the real-time fashion because it is a time-consuming one, and it will depict that your network performance or the mobile node performance is not up to the remarkable level. So the first one is used in the real-time version, that is called the agent advertisement. Just because it is a part of the syllabus, I will explain you what is the agent solicitation. Suppose if you are moving in a train and your mobile node is searching for a new network because your signal strength is getting dropped. So in that case, the things are happening in that way. Like sometimes the foreign agent does not found. The mobile node can't able to found the foreign agent. ये भी होता है कभी कभी ट्रेन में सारा सिग्नल स्ट्रेंथ चला जाता है, यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं रहता, जो आपका सिग्नल स्ट्रेंथ ऐसे ऐसे आता है, यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं रहता है, ऐसे क्रॉस हो जाता है, and you will not get any signal in your mobile phone and your connectivity will get lost totally zero, and you are not able to connect to the internet, you are not able to make calls or use the data services. So this is the category of agent solicitation, so in which the foreign agent does not found. Foreign agent is not found by mobile. Things are not happened because our quality of service maintained by the service providers are very very high, and lot of researches are be going on. So this type of things is not happened, but it is happened on the very remote locations. The foreign agent is not found by the mobile node. Then what the mobile node do? The mobile node will send three messages, one per second. Three messages means periodic signals, one per second. So by using these messages, it has to catch up the any network. Like any network means if I am a Airtel subscriber with the as well as Jio also. For the initial point of view, for the maintenance of the connectivity, and after some time it will again do the agent discovery, that is the first one, agent advertisement, and do the allotment of the perfect foreign agent. So that's a complete explanation of the mobile IP. So what is the feature of mobile IP? The first feature of the mobile IP is called the transparency. The second, compatibility. Third one, quality, and is efficiency and scalability. So means abstraction. So mobile IP provides us a high level of abstraction. The abstraction is a technique, or you can say it is a feature such that we cannot understand or we cannot visualize the complexity of a particular thing, and we have just assumed that all the things are very much simple, and they provide us a seamless connectivity. So it is called the abstraction level. So mobile IP provides us a high level of abstraction, and it has to cope up with several constraints like lower bandwidth and interruption in the services. Like very common in our mobile nodes that sometimes the mobile network goes down, and there are so many interruptions in the services. So the transparency is nothing but it provides you a seamless connectivity. Like if the bandwidth gets down or there is a interruption in the services, then after some time it will get provide you proper data rate and you can transfer your contents to your friends or something else, or you can use that services in a very seamless manner, in a very good manner. So it has a very quality. It can adapt itself according to the network interruptions. So for the technical, mobile IP provides high level of abstraction, that is the first in the transparency, and the second it the several constraints in an interruption in. Now the one is called compatibility. So obviously it is very compatible because in the introduction of the mobile IP, I told you that it does not require to change in the current existing architecture of the OSI and the TCP/IP protocol. And also the mobile IP does not have any extra software or any proxy type of thing. Not require any separate architecture. Just it is act as a man in the middle and it will provide you a seamless connectivity to your base station such that you can remain connected to them all the time. So it's very compatible. So current TCP IP shouldn't same and all need for does not need special program. Third one is called the security. The security point arrives. Suppose this is my Lucknow and this is my Nagpur. Changing my location. If my location changes, then obviously my IP address gets changed and a new care of address is allocated to me. And there is the home address and there is a form that is called care of address, right? If it is the case, then which one is entity who verifies me before getting a care of address? Sometimes it is possible that my mobile gets stolen by someone. And if this is the case, the thief will immediately change its location from one city to the another city, one state to the another state. Problem: a new care address is provided by the foreign agent. The foreign agent does verify the person that is actually stolen by is traveling from one city to another city is not me. So where is my authenticity? So that biggest question about security concern regarding mobile IP protocol. That actually mobile IP does not verify the person. It's just targeting over device, and the device location is getting changed, then immediately it gets a new care of address to it. So that is the biggest problem over there. So the first problem is authenticity, authenticating of users of mobile is not there. So it is not so much secure. Also, suppose I'm changing my location to Nagpur, and whenever a particular person wants to connect to me, wants to send a packet to me, then first it has to send to my home agent. Then the home agent is responsible to forward the packets to my foreign agent. It is the foreign agent. So the route will get very, very large over there. That's why the mobile app says that once the binding is completed within a home address to the care of address, then any users can directly send a packet to me like this way. Now repeat it again. Suppose my mobile phone is stolen by someone. If it is the case, then after receiving the first packet, the path will change. Node can send a direct packet to the foreign agent. So all of the packets that is actually sent for me, it's diverted towards a new person. That is the thief. So that is again a drop. And first home agent, or you can say inside the home address, it has to verify whether it is directing to a packet to the foreign agent. It's actually a true person or not, authentic person or not. So that is missing over there. And again, the another term is the foreign agent. After receiving the packet, the foreign agent will send this packet to my mobile node. If I'm deciding here, suppose this foreign agent is fake. If it is the case, any of the foreign agent can send me a packet to me. So this thing should not be there. So the second point will be must be done by the home in high level before redirection. Also must be authorized. But why these things have happened over there? There are a lot of security concerns. These things are happening over the security because the mobile IP makes the compromise with the existing protocols in a very simpler manner. It does not provide its own rule. It does not provide its own security features. Just the security features used by the TCP OSI layer or the IP protocol is the same thing. That's why these problems in this case. So a lot of researchers has to be there in that case. So after the MTech, if you are going for the sorry, if you are going for doing the MTech, then you can elaborate or choose one of these the security concern research area. So starting is it minimize each time. with high level protocols. Now the last point is efficiency and scalability. So efficiency can be or can be calculated in terms of the throughput or in terms of the delay factor also. So when there is a upgradation like the authentication and authorization, and it makes compromise with the hierarchical protocol. So if a certain research has been done by a particular person, then upgradation is necessary in that case. If there is a upgradation, then efficiency of the network must remain the same or greater. It should not be decreased. That should be the first concern. So if upgradation, and this thing can be applied over the TCP/IP protocol also. Like if one of the protocol is getting updated or the version of the IP or version of the particular protocol is changed, then the efficiency must remain the same or greater. It should not be decreased. So both of the cases can be understood in this point. Also, when the agent is not found, that is called the agent in that case. This one. If the agent is not found, the man have to send the 3 messages per second. If a then it has to resend these 3 messages. So it is a just kind of messages. So this flooding or you can say whatever it is. So flooding of messages we take care. Also, efficiency is integrated with the delay as the throughput, and my throughput is integrated with the bandwidth. If I allot large chunk of bandwidth, then I transfer the data in more higher data rate, and my throughput will get increased. That's why the throughput is with. If it is the case, then the mobile IP should be cope up with lower bandwidth links in order to provide you a good efficiency. So in that case, if my bandwidth is not much, but still it can provide you a services such that you can transfer the data and make a quality of service may be not achieved, but okay, your connection will be sustained over there. And also the last under this category is for the scalability. Now see that in current case, all persons have a mobile. All of the users of mobile. If there are so many users in our world, then it must be cope up. The mobile IP protocol must be cope up with high number of users. Like the bandwidth allotment, provide of services, as well as the quality of services will be the most major role played by the mobile IP. Because if the quality of services is not maintained by the mobile IP, then there is a no use of this protocol. With the bandwidth layer, if the quality of service is not provided by a particular protocol, what is the quality of service? The quality of service is that one. Suppose if you are opening a video, and video quality is very less, and the video is buffered each time. In every 2 seconds, the videos get buffered. So it means the quality of service is very low. So if you have a low data, but it must be cope up with this low data rate in such a way that the quality of service will not get sustained. If it is sustained, then it should be reintegrated sometime. Okay, so this is all about the today's lecture, mobile IP and its component and all its feature. So in the next lecture, I will elaborate you all of the details and regarding how the packet is transferred inside the mobile IP from one node to another node, and the handoff made, then what are the protocols and what are the binding features provided by the mobile IP. And the one is that you can understand for the further lecture, that is called the packet delivery. So in the packet delivery, you can visualize the real-time system by using this diagram. So there is a home network and there is agent. So each home network is associated, sorry, each home agent, that is the router, is associated with the home network. So just like the same way, the foreign agent is associated with the foreign network, and it is the internet. We're talking about the IP protocol. And this is the care of address which is associated with the home agent and provided by this router. And this home agent will be provided IP address, that is called the permanent IP address. And inside home network, my mobile node gets registered. So you can understand this one as a Lucknow. And who is the node? Mobile node is nothing but a Nidhi. That is me. So now Nidhi is moving from to the Nagpur location, residing inside the home foreign network. That is the Nagpur location. And who is the correspondent node? Correspondent node is the user who wants to communicate to me. And what is the router? Is one which is responsible for forwarding the packet status created by the correspondent node. So I do not know the correspondent location. So what it is, whatever the location the correspondent is residing, it may be its home address or it may be used the foreign address. That I don't know. But the thing I know, that is the correspondent node is a user who wants to communicate with me, and it has to transfer the packet by using this router. This router can be a foreign agent or a home agent. And actually, the mobile IP does not take care of it. That's why the place point is written over there. Like the authentication of the users of MN is not there, not the sender and the receiver. Whenever the packet is forwarded by the correspondent node, it is again traverses by the router to the internet, and from that home address, the home agent will get to know that particular person, that is Nidhi, is not inside the home network and it is shifted to the foreign network, that is Nagpur. So it has to divert that packets towards the foreign agent, and after getting the packets from the home agent by the foreign agent, it has to transfer the packets to the mobile node. The packet delivery by using the mobile IP protocol. So I think it will be very interesting in the further upcoming sessions regarding the full elaboration of this protocol in terms of the tunneling as well as the handoff features also. So it's all about the two